Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kalen, and today we're continuing on with Glory Hounds Issue 2. I'm rejoining Alex on his first mission as the janitors reveal themselves. I break out into a sprint as other janitors come out from other hallways. It's like a cleaning convention in here. I take Lou by the wrist and lead them down a corridor. I've got to find a place where they'll be safe, where no one would ever look. Right, the Politicians Through the Ages exhibit. I finally come to a stop next to a bust of a guy with the sourest expression I've ever seen. This place is about to get robbed. One of the janitors was the dude from the store the other day. You mean the guy who tried to rob Mrs. DeBrune? Yeah, it's the Saltwater Syndicate. So we're stuck in here with a gang of thieves? I'll call for help. I'll take care of it. You stay here. Don't be stupid, Al. You can't take on robbers on your own. I might not be able to, but I know someone who is. If you see Fenna, tell her I'm on it. I give them a pat on the back and head deeper into the gallery. You know, splitting up usually gets people killed in horror movies, right? Idiot. I didn't think the Syndicate would be making their move this soon. I run out of the exhibit. Lou will be safe, I hope, but the Syndicate is still on my tail. I need to shake them off and find a place where I can call Raoul and Milo. They'll know what to do for sure. Hey, Spotty! Stop right there, you land-lubbing dog. I still got a score to settle with ya. I enter the nearest bathroom and barricade the door with a trash can. Footsteps sound just outside the door. Looks like they didn't see me go in here. That should buy me some extra time. It's surprisingly clean for a public space. I guess the janitors must have been here too. As awkward as it is, I quickly check the stalls to make sure no one else is around. I slip into the last one and close the door as quietly as I can. I've been wearing the earpiece Milo gave me this entire time. What did he say again? Just flip the switch to establish a connection, then push to talk? I sit down to steady my nerves. This toilet seat is freezing cold. Hello? What do they usually say in the movies? Do you copy? Over? The line crackles, followed by a familiar voice. Discount, what is current status? Milo's voice comes in loud and clear. Emphasis on the loud. I almost fall right off the toilet seat. Duskhound requesting immediate backup. Fish are in the net. I sigh. Screw this. They're here. They're pretending to be staff. Milo is quiet for a moment. Then I hear an eerie chuckle. Ingenious approach. Most likely infiltrated before gallery even opened. We can give them a big pat on the back once I'm out of the gallery currently crawling with thieves. You actually called just in time, Spot. I've got something with your name on it. Well, it doesn't actually have your name on it. Yet. Over. Do you want your name on it? Over. I'm stuck here. They'll see me if I try to leave. Oh, hold on. Give me one moment. Over. Master Brevard, please don't. The line crackles, and I hear something click in the place behind me. When I take a look, a section of the tile seems to be shaking. I'm moving too. The toilet is moving. What did you do? Hold on tight. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. As if on cue, the wall suddenly lowers into the ground. I have little time to comprehend it before the toilet flips onto its back, tossing me into a black void. There's a surface below me. Some sort of slide, but it's almost vertical. It's an almost vertical drop. I scream as loud as my lungs let me. Is this gonna happen every time? I turn and brace myself. I don't want to break my neck when I hit the ground. And hit the ground I do. Hard. Ah! Even the softness of the mat is like a punch to the gut. I struggle to get up to my feet. When I do, I realize my pants are wet as can be. Of course, toilet water. Once my utter confusion subsides by the tiniest amount, I take a look around. I'm back in the underground computer room below Raoul's mansion. And there's the Rottweiler looming over me as I stagger to my feet. So, I've decided not to put your name on it for now. But I was thinking we could always embroider it later. What do you think? I was at the gallery. How'd I end up here? Secret passageway. Pretty nifty, huh? A secret passageway into a bathroom? Nifty is not the word I'd use. I'm soaked. I shake my leg, but all that does is get it on my new shoes. Yuck. Why'd you bring me back here? We can't just leave them. They'll rob the place blind. I'm worried about Lou, too. Are they safe? God, if the syndicate doesn't kick my ass, Lou certainly will. Master Brevard pressed the button before I could stop him. We have to get back right now. Of course. But you didn't think you could stop a robbery dressed like that, do you? Lights! He claps his hands and the lights dim. Drum roll! He claps his hands again, and when the lights come back on, a mannequin has risen from the floor below. Voila! I don't know how that's pronounced. C'est va. C'est ça? That's ça? I don't know what the C with the squiggle under it is. Now, I ran into a few problems deciphering your blueprints. You have a very unique sense of style. But in the end, I think I succeeded in marrying functionality and comfort to make it a product worthy of carrying the Brevard name. It's light, mostly bulletproof, easy to clean, and most importantly, the suit can be worn underneath almost any item of clothing. Tilt my head. It's very flashy. I've outfitted it with heating and cooling elements too, so it should be able to withstand the elements. Let's see, what else? Tracking dots, the magnets in your boots. Magnets? Mm-hmm. And if you click your heels a couple times, you can stick to walls. You did all that in what, 2 hours? Maybe I really was underselling him. That's not all. Rule snaps his fingers and the second platform rises from the ground. Is that a gun? Yes and no. This is a state-of-the-art grappling gun, made for scaling buildings and covering large amounts of distance in a jiffy. You mean like He holds a paw up to my mouth. Stop right there. We don't want any copyright issues. Right. I lower his hand. I haven't taken it for a test drive yet, but it should work just fine for someone like you. Someone like me? What's that supposed to mean? Simple tool for simple man. Rude? Simple is not always negative quality. Don't worry, I ran careful calculations so it won't rip your arm out of its socket or anything like that. It's safe to use, right? Raoul? According to my calculations, yes. I thought you were a 4 times Innovator of the Year winner. I can't exactly go around testing grappling hooks. Oh, but I can? There is little time to be worrying, yes? Idle banter won't save gallery. You're absolutely right. I don't know if he's saying that because he agrees or because he wants me to shut up. You ready to suit up, Duskhound? Time's a-wastin'. I ignore Raoul's flexing, running my paw over the jumpsuit on the mannequin. I get a feel for the imitation leather of the crop jacket, the mask staring at me throughout with unblinking white eyes. It's kind of badass. Way better than that cosplay stuff Max is always looking at online. He'd be so jealous if I showed him this. Ready as I'll ever be. There is one final thing from me. The crow produces a little jewelry box from his breast pocket and hands it over to me. I want you to have this. I made it with own hands based on design by Master Brevard. You're not gonna propose, are you? It is only a little welcome present. Upon opening it, I find what appears to be a star-shaped pin inside. Is this some sort of gadget too? Milo shakes his head. It's a tongue-piercing attachment for use in costume. Ah, and you made it for me? Only to keep identity somewhat secret. You really do care, huh, Mimi? The crow makes a sound halfway between a growl and a surprised squawk. Do not push it. They try to act professional, but they sound like an old married couple bickering sometimes. It's kind of endearing. It's cute. Thanks, Milo. He nods, feathers bristling. He looks adorable like this. Alright, let's get this show on the road. I love that sequence. I'm overcome with a surreal sensation when I see myself in the reflective metal walls. I'm not looking at Alex DeRoy anymore, but someone else entirely. I turn, looking at myself every which way. Stretch my legs, tighten the belt around my waist. God, my ass looks kinda great in this getup. How is it, Spot? I'm, beginning to see the appeal. My phone vibrates. The material of the jumpsuit is so thin it tickles my legs. Who is calling? I put my finger to my muzzle and pick up. Took you long enough? It's a relief to hear them shouting at me again. Lou, are you alright? What's the situation out there? There's a guy with weapons running around the halls. Where'd you go? I tried to find you, but it's like you went off the map. I thought I told you to stay put at the exhibit. There is another person at gallery. I heard someone scream. They might have gotten the curator lady. I have to do something, Al. You could end up hurt. So I'll pick myself back up. What if they kill her? No, listen. I'm the one who got you into this mess. I'm gonna get you out. Just hold on. They're coming. I gotta run. I rub my temples. As if this situation needed to get any worse. Spot, what's going on? I only now notice them hyperventilating. Don't freak out, okay? I took someone with me to the gallery. You did what? You absolute imbecile. I didn't want it to end up like this. I thought it would just be... What, fun day out in park? He narrows his eyes. I feel my cheeks get even hotter, and a pit starts to form in my stomach. I really messed up, didn't I? I figured it'd help me stand out less, and I was scared of going alone. You should have told us. You put an innocent person in danger. I know. I do not think you know. Once again, we fight real criminals. You came close to dying at store only 1 week ago. Do not invite others to share that fate. I want to sink underground. Well, even deeper underground and disappear. But all I can do is meet his eyes with my own. I know I fucked up. But I need your help. Is your friend safe? They seemed okay, but they said Fenna might be in trouble. They're going after her. The situation is most urgent. We will discuss lack of common sense later. Correct. If there's a civilian stuck at the gallery, there's not a moment to lose. Let's go save our friend, Spot. What's the best way to get back up there? By car, I'm afraid. Secret passage only goes one way. The look he gives his boss is one I haven't seen since I got terminated at my old job. This is why I told you not to press button. I grabbed the Kaplan gun and turned to the slide. There might be another way. You got one of these too, Raoul? Only a prototype? Oh, I see what you're planning. We'll just go back the way I came. It's a good infiltration point. Hell of a climb, though. We don't have another option. I aim up and squeeze my eyes shut, aiming the gun up at the dark void in front of me. Like this? Like that. Now just pull the trigger. I swallow. And after rethinking my entire life, as well as what led me up to this point, decide to follow through. For Lou. I squeeze the trigger. It's not working. Is mechanism jammed? It should work fine. Try again. I finally opened my eyes again. I'm still standing here in the computer room. I feel almost weirdly relieved. I hate to tell you this, boss, but maybe you should take this one back to the drawing board. Ah! Suddenly I'm catapulted forward into the darkness. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm going faster upwards than I ever did going down. Holy shit. I must resist. Urge to vomit. Rising. Something clicks and my momentum slows. I'm left dangling for a moment before I pull myself up and clamber over the ledge I found myself at. I pull the trigger of the gun again and it detaches itself from a wall, a cord retracting on its own. I look over my shoulder. The slide gets less vertical from here, but I still have a lot of ground to cover. It smells real musty here, like Max's room on a Saturday levels of musty. Scratch that. The Han when we were still allowed to smoke inside levels of musty. I can see some light coming in from the far end, though there's rows upon rows of tunnels leading into this place. I wonder where all those go. Another grappling hook hits the wall behind me, yanking me back to reality and almost making me roll right back down the slide again. Whoa! I hear footsteps coming up behind me, then laborious grunting as the boss struggles to pull himself up. Need a hand? Please. As I pull him up, I realize I hadn't considered how heavy it was before offering. And now I wish I'd reconsidered. I got you. I got you. There we go. He stands up, out of breath, and we both peer into the dark tunnel ahead. And you thought it wouldn't work. Pretty sure it's still shaved a couple years off my life. So, how far is it? It's gonna be a little hike. He claps my back. But it's nothing this team can't handle. Isn't it like on the other side of town? How'd I even drop down to the lair that fast? These tunnels are very efficient. That tells me nothing. I wish I was half as optimistic as this guy. My earpiece crackles and I hear Milo's voice. Are both of you still in World of Living? Barely. We're in tip-top shape, Raven. Raven 3, over. Raven 3? I figured I'd give you a code name as well. What do you think, over? There's a moment of silence on the other end of the line. I am not Raven. But it sounds mysterious, dashing, handsome. Over. I am neither mysterious nor dashing. So he's not denying the handsome part. Naming sensibility leaves much to be desired. It will do for now. Goal is straight ahead from your location. Exercise caution and restraint. Thank you. Over and out. He nudges me, then tilts his muzzle to the darkness in front of us. I feel like I skipped. No. We're here. I squeeze through the hole in the wall at the end of the tunnel and emerge in the bathroom stall. Rule comes out behind me right before the mechanism activates and the wall rises up from the ground again, the toilet returning to its usual position. Everything's back to normal. It's almost kind of creepy. With the door still locked, it's very, very cramped. While this stall looks like it was made for larger species, they probably didn't take multiple people into account. Rules practically got me pinned against the door. Not that I mind terribly. I'm sorry, would you mind getting the door? I can't reach the lock from here. Of course. Let me just... I take my time trying to find the doorknob. On purpose, but he doesn't need to know. He smells good. That ought to... Wrong voice. That ought to do it. Thank you. Raven 3, we have touched ground in the men's room, over. That is good. If possible, try to stay hidden from enemy, then engage in ambush. We're gonna fight guys with weapons? That is accurate assessment. You do want to save friend and Miss Vanna, do you not? Normally I would suggest avoiding combat situation, but that is not always option. Alright. I'm not sure if I'll survive this, but I have to try. We inconspicuously sneak into the hallway, which is empty now. Empty and dead silent. I'm getting some haunted museum vibes. Rule's company doesn't make it feel any less off. At least the art's still on the walls. Isn't this an amazing spot? We get to stop an actual art heist. I'm pretty nervous, actually. Nervous? Shaw. Why, you'll do great. They won't know what hit him. Aren't you scared at all? A true hero of justice trusts in his abilities, his tools, and his companions. We have everything at our disposal to win this. Just stick with me. I'd be lying if I said his ludicrous amounts of confidence aren't at least a little infectious. But maybe he's faking this thing just as hard as I am. He beckons me down the hall, and I follow. Every noise I hear makes me jump, and I aim the grappling gun at every shadow I see. Eventually, Raoul sidles up to a corner, and I crouch down next to him. Arr, most of this junk ain't even worth the trouble, Polly. I know that voice all too well. Been in my nightmares all week. I peek around the corner and see the Barracuda standing next to the parrot janitor from before. Guess we weren't the only ones to change clothes. The junk ain't why we're here, Ishmael. Right, we're here for that spotty straggler. Are they talking about me? I want to say something, but Raoul shushes me. No shenanigans. Captain only wants him tossed out. I figure I can have a little fun while we're at it. Got a mighty score to settle. If Captain gets cross, you will be on your own. A risk I be willing to take. You did say he ran starboard, didn't you, matey? Right as rain he did. Down the hull, then starboard. Are you sure you didn't mess your directions up again, Ishmael? Starboard be left, correct? Starboard be right, ya fool. It be left. Right. Left. Right. Consarn it. Why can we not just say left and right? This is why you're still a cabin boy, and I be the captain's right-hand man. Don't you mean starboard hand man? Raoul slowly crouches closer and beckons for me to follow. I move as quietly as I can while the two continue their increasingly inconsistent pirate bickering. This is perfect. They're so loud they'll never hear us. Strife of Life is the most recent work of renowned painter Lodowish Jenningschoff. What deity did I anger to deserve this kind of bad luck? Raoul and I take cover behind the corner again. The audio to her voice is so loud the fish and parrot duo immediately look over at the painting. Did you do this? Did you do that, Ishmael? No, I don't think so. It depicts the struggle between nature and machine. Make it stop. I don't know how. Raoul beckons me, jumping out from behind the corner. They've still got their back turned to us. Halt, evildoers! I swear on me bones, this be the last time I be taking you anywhere. Like ye be any fun to be around? The boss clears his throat. I said, halt, evildoers! Yeah, can it wait for a bit? We're in the middle of... You! You're the fucker... ye be the landlubber from the store. That's right. It is I, the Dawn Hound. Be for real? The parrot bursts out laughing. This be the man who sent ye crying home, Ishmael. Throwing pirates overboard is just a little hobby of mine. Well, ye won't be so lucky this time, sailor. Ye may be rather large and have muscles larger than a frigate. He looks Raoul up and down. And be rather handsome. But it'd still be 2 against 1. Raoul pulls me out of the shadows, and all of a sudden I'm staring down 2 extremely dangerous, most likely armed men. They stare at me like I'm some sort of oddity. Dusk has come to, Dusk has come! I flex. Judging by the looks on their faces, it doesn't particularly impress. Great entrance, Spot. Though I'd say your posing needs some work. Try something like this. He strikes a pose himself, while I maintain uncomfortable eye contact with the parrot. This one wasn't there last time. They have a 2-for-1 at the freak store. Funny, I was about to say the same thing. How many curtains did you need to sew together to make that pirate getup? At least mine ain't made of rubber, you scallywag. He takes a deep breath and slicks the feathers on top of his head back. No? Happy thoughts, Polly. Happy thoughts. Calm as the waves. The barracuda turns to him. To hell with the waves. What are you waiting for, Polly? Let's get 'em. Now, ye know how I feel about getting me nails dirty, Ishmael. I just had myself a mani-pedi, and me psychiatrist said... He does have really pretty nails. And here I thought you were a bird of paradise or whatever the 7 seas you call it. Turns out you're just a big chicken. What did you call me? A chicken! Your friend there has a point. That's it! I've had it! You want violence? I'll give you violence! Come at us, fiend! Wonder what my neighbors think. The parrots charged towards us with a screech that that could shatter glass. Barracuda hot on his heels. Okay, Spot, let's knock some heads together. Easy for you to say. What do I do? I could not be less prepared for this if I tried. Think, Al, think. A true hero trusts his tools, his abilities, and his companions. While Raoul enters a fighting stance, I aim my grappling gun down the hall, just past them. I hope this works. I squeeze the trigger and immediately surge forward as the hook speared into the wall. Dusk strike! I tuck in my legs, only having a second to regret the choice that led me here before kicking the 2 thieves as hard as I can. They fly backward, hitting the ground in perfect sync. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out how to stop this thing yet, and as I soon follow, smacking against the wall hard. Ow. Spot, are you okay? I am most decidedly not. My back. At least this time I have no one but myself to blame. That was quite the stunt you pulled. You knocked them out cold. Guess I did. I squeeze the trigger again, yanking the hook from the wall, and then I collapse. Yeah, I'm starting to like this thing. Mr. Ahab, sir, I found this cat prancing about in the halls. Let me go. Yo ho ho, another straggler, eh? What should we do with them? Tie him up and put him in the brig with the curator, Camo. We can't have any interlopers swimming about, har har har. You can't be serious. By brig, you mean what, exactly? Janitor's closet. How droll. We went over this in your orientation, lad. You're assuming I understand even half of what you were saying. Listen to your captain, rookie, or you'll be joining them in no mistake. Did you take care of the dress like I asked you to? The dress is safe and sound. Remarkably heavy, by the way. If you think I'm putting up with any of your shit, it would be in your best interest to comply, cat. Or what? I have several children waiting for me back home, and they have sharper teeth than you. As a matter of fact, I can do far worse than... Dawn has come to vanquish the night. The jig is up, Ahab. Let that civilian go. As I heroically dash, attempt to dash onto the scene, I come face to chest with the very large janitor from before. Except he's somehow wearing even less this time. Then it hits me. You're Ahab? I turn to Raoul. This is Ahab? In the flesh, laddie. You be just in time to join this mutineer here in the brig while we abscond with the poxy gown. Not if we have anything to say about it. Right, Spot? Big whale man. Huge whale man. Spot? Honestly, as far as experiences go, big man hitting on me turned out to be a supervillain isn't even the worst thing that happened to me. I could work with that. I can fix him. Spot? Right, I guess I'm here to kick his ass. His round, toned, beautiful ass. Spot! Right, right. Are you alright, citizen? Al, is that you under there? Yeah, it's... No, it's Duskhound, champion of justice. Why are you what is that? Is that a collar? It's my uniform, citizen. Uniform? You look like a clown. I have to agree with your companion. Your choice of fashion, I use that term lightly, leaves much to be desired. I mean, let my friend go, villain. Quite frankly, you look like you fell down a flight of stairs at a thrift store and hit every bargain rack on the way down. That's kinda harsh, but I'm being constructive here, but you may want to shop elsewhere in the future, for all our sakes. Lou, you might want to duck. We lock eyes for a second before they dive out of the way, leaving plenty of room for the barrel of my grappling gun to connect with the chameleon's head. Oh! At the very least, it causes him to let go. He clutches his face and dramatically spins in place. You ingrate! You hit my nose! Oh, and the surgery scars had just healed. I tip my muzzle towards Lou. Fetch the curator and get out of here while you can, citizen. There's trouble brewing. Alex. Whoa, secret identity. Don't cause a scene. Right. I'll head off. Just stay safe, okay? You know how bad I am at following your advice? Powerful hands grip my shoulder, and the next thing I know, I'm flowing through the air head first. I have a split second to question my life before my sudden flight is rudely interrupted by the Rottweiler I crash into. Hate to break up a touching moment and all, but our ship's about to set sail, and we've no use for stowaways. The last thing I hear is the chameleon's chuckle echoing through the gallery. Alright, I think that's good for that episode, and then the next one should probably be a good enough length that it's not weirdly short. So I'm going to end it there. Thanks for listening. Probably one more episode in this issue, and then we're on to issue 3. Thanks for watching. Bye.